Okay, so I'm here with Johnny Wilson to talk with him specifically about his relationship with Dr. McGill and how it influenced him as a musician. So, Johnny, I gave you a little bit of background on the project that I completed, and I just want to know your specific relationship with Dr. McGill and how he influenced you in your musical development.
Well, I was in Kenai with him for a semester, and he he just brings so much to every rehearsal he works at. Um, we go into rehearsal and it's already over. It's over so quickly because it's not work at all. He loves what he does every second of it. Um, but he says things like we'll go through a line of music and then he'll say, okay, so what does this line do for you all? What does it mean? And so then we give several responses, and then he said, "All right, so do that," and then we just sing the line again, and we see what happens. He doesn't, say sopranos. You need to close those vowels a little bit more, sing with less air or something like that. He just leaves it up to us to decide how to evoke the being of the piece that the spirit that we're trying to get from it. Um, he he's a really friendly person, which always helps um, with choirs. He, I feel like another thing that really um, helps his, I guess, awesomeness is the only word I can think of is he kind of keeps track of of his students. He kind of like knows little things about them and asks us about them every now and then. Like, how's this going? How's so and so? It's just really nice that he can connect with us that way. But back to the rehearsal process. He he knows so much about all the music that we do, and I personally am always fascinated to hear him share what he knows about the music. Um, for example, when we were doing Un Soir de Neige last semester, we went through the translations, and it's such a deep piece. And then he did that thing that he does. He said, "Okay, let's try and get this. Let's do this. Let's see what happens." And it was just a really awesome experience. He made it really really enjoyable and really
Mhm.
meaningful.
Speak about a little bit how he helped develop maybe a sense of leadership and community within the ensemble,
Okay.
in what ways he might have done that.
Well, in Canterbury, how many? There were one, two, three, for like 5 or 6 tenors, and about the same on every other part. So he really needs you as an individual to be to be strong on your part and to know what you're doing. Um, and then if we ever are missing somebody at rehearsal, we always feel it because there's never, the amount of sound in whatever section we have a person missing in. But um, and I really like how he sets us up in seating in rehearsal. Sometimes when we sit in the square, all facing each other, I feel like that really helps us make connections with each other and makes the music making more meaningful. Um, yeah.
How do you feel about yourself as a musical leader after being a part of Cantorai?
Well, it's greatly improved my that feeling for me. Excuse me. He's so supportive, and if a section sings a certain passage really well, he'll say, great job, sopranos, great job, altos, whatever. And it's always nice to hear that, I guess. Um, but being with him for the semester that I was, um, it's just made me feel like so much more of a musician because I got to experience him as a musician. Um, and yeah, I don't know.
What would you say about his respect for the individuals of the ensemble and what that does for the music making?
He has a deep respect for every one of his students, and we all know that. Whether he doesn't have to say it, we can just see it in him, and that makes us want to be there that much more. to sing well for him that much more, to sing well for ourselves that much more, to put the effort in, like, you know, the time in the practice rooms, learning the music, so that we can get a great thing at the end.
All right. Do you have any other small comments to make about either, you know, your personal experience outside of making music in Cantor right now? How that affected you, maybe?
Um, Well, whenever I see him around campus, I always say hi, or wave at him, and he generally always comments on my attire of the day, whether it be overalls, bright red pants. Anyway, but it's just nice to have the human connection as well as the musician connection, I guess. Makes him more real.
Yeah. So then I guess I'll get you with one closed-ended question. Would you say that Dr. McGill is more concerned with creating a fine musical product, or would you say that he is more concerned with having an ensemble create an opinion and get that across during performance?
Most definitely the second one.
Mhm.
He doesn't want, I'm sure he has his ideals in his head, but that's not what he's looking for at all. He just wants us to have fun. He always says it during, like, in rehearsals. He's like, all right, guys, have fun. Here we go. And we go. And it's awesome. Because we get to, like you say, we get to create our own opinion of the piece.
Great. Thank you, John.